Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tank be chopping, and I'm back with another haircut tutorial. Alright guys, so we're gonna be doing a low fade. We just basically fading into the length on top. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm starting off with my number 4 guard, and all I'm basically doing is debulking the sides, prepping the sides, getting it ready so I can start my actual low fade. So as you can see, I'm getting pretty close to that parietal ridge area, and the closer I get, I start to use a flick out motion. And now what I'm gonna do is a little bit of down fading just to help make my job a little easier. I'm taking my 3 guard with the lever all the way open, and I'm basically coming right below what I did with that number 4 guard. And then I'm gonna close my lever and come right below that. So this way it makes it easier for me. That way I really know that I just gotta fade into a number 3 guard instead of having to fade into the length on top. And I just like to do this from time to time. Like I said, I just feel that it helps me out. But anyways, going back into this haircut, as you can see, I have my clipper with the lever all the way closed, and I'm setting in my bald guideline. Now sometimes I go in with the trimmer, but I decided to go in with the clipper this time around. And since we are doing a low fade, I want to make sure I drop it in the back below that occipital bone. And now that that is done all the way around the head, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up my lever and set in my next guideline, basically setting in the next section. So I'm setting in this section with a slight flick out motion, as y'all can see. And then I'm gonna adjust my lever closed little by little until this line gets blended out. Now the good thing about not setting in your bald guideline with a trimmer, not setting it in with the trimmer, setting it in with the clipper, is sometimes this section can be easier to fade out. So now my next step is taking my number 1 guard, lever all the way open, and I'm gonna set in another section following that same shape, guys. You wanna make sure you follow that same shape, that way it gives a nice shape for the low fade. Remember guys, using a slight flick out motion, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close my lever and start to attack the bottom line in this section. Now this isn't gonna get that line out completely. I'm gonna have to go back in with my half guard and do some lever play to get that line out, but it's gonna help soften that line and make it a lot easier for me to get that line out. And as you can see, I'm going over it a good amount of times, just really trying to be consistent with it, make sure that I'm working these darker areas, because some clients have darker areas, have dents and ridges in their hair, or like just density pockets that you need to hit a little more than other times. So now I'm going in with my half guard, and I don't know if my lever is all the way open or halfway open, but you can go with it halfway open or all the way open, whatever you feel more comfortable with, and then just adjust it as needed. And that's basically what I'm going to be doing here, guys. I'm just attacking these dark areas that I see, attacking these density pockets, trying to get these dark areas erased, and then I'm going to adjust my lever as needed, and I'm going to try to get that bottom line to come completely out. And as you can see, that section is now getting blended out.
Damn it, Tito. Another one?
Alright guys, so now I'm going in with my 1.5 guard, lever open, setting in another section. Yes, I know I set in a lot of sections, but I'm setting in another section, following that same shape, still using a slight flick out motion, and then I'm gonna close my lever and try to get rid of that bottom line in this section. Now, once again, this isn't gonna get rid of that line completely due to the way I'm fading, so I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to revert to my 1 guard, lever open, and try to really get this blend to come together. Now, I know I overcomplicate things sometimes, but these steps work for me. They may not work for everybody, but they work for me. But nonetheless, guys, now I moved on. I am using my number 3 guard now, and what I'm doing is I'm just trying to blend a little more. I know I did this earlier on in the haircut, but I felt that I needed to do some more blending in this region with that number 3 guard. So I started off with my 3 guard open and then closed, and then following this, I'm gonna do my 2 guard, lever open and then closed. And then everything after that is basically just gonna be some detail work. So as you can see, this blend is coming together now. This fade is looking better. It's still not 100% there, you know what I'm saying? Like, we still got some work to do, but the blend is getting there, you know what I'm saying? And that's the point I wanna make, guys. You don't have to rush through these haircuts, and just because you do your steps one time, sometimes it ain't gonna be enough to get that blend to look 100%. So you're gonna have to go back in and do some detail work. And that's basically what I'm doing now. Is I'm taking my 1.5 guard, still attacking these dark areas that I see, using the corner of my blade, flicking, just doing whatever detail work I feel is needed to get this blend to come together. And now after that 1.5 guard, I'm actually going in with my 1 guard open. And now I'm really just attacking dark areas that I see. Any discrepancies, any dark spots, any lines, any density pockets, anything that I see that is not perfect or close to perfect, I'm gonna go back in and attack with my 1 guard. And now I'm gonna go back in and attack it with my half guard. And remember guys, I'm doing the same thing here using the corner. And the reason why I use the corner is when you use the corner, you're a little more precise to certain little areas. You know what I'm saying? If you use the whole blade, you may take off too much hair. So if you just use the corner, you can really pinpoint what parts you want to, detail. And now that that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and finish balding my client completely out with a trimmer, making sure I'm using a slight flick out motion, still following that same shape, but coming below what I did with my clipper close. And the reason why I'm coming below that is if I go straight up to that line, it's gonna leave an indication line or whatever you want to call it. I can't think of the proper term right now, but it's gonna leave a line, and that's not what I want to do. So I'm making sure I use a slight flick out motion, getting all that down to the trimmer length, and then I'm gonna follow this up with the shaver. And same thing here guys, when you're using the shaver, especially with this technique that I did, you want to make sure that you're taking your time, using a slight flick out motion, and just really just coming right below what you did with that trimmer, because if you go up to that trimmer line, you're going to create another line, and you don't want that, you know what I'm saying? So I do create a small line here, so you're going to see me blend this out. And this is what I do when I create lines like that. I like to get my shaver, tap that line, and work my way down, you know what I'm saying? And that helps get rid of that line without leaving any harsh lines. It's just like another way of fading, basically just trying to get that blend to come together. And I'm going back in doing some more detail work. As you can see, there are some discrepancies still, so I decided to go back in and tap that up a little bit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply a duck clip to my client's hair, line him up in the front, line up his vertical bar, C-cup, and beard, all that, you know what I'm saying? So I start off in the middle of my client's head, as you saw me do there, and I'm just gonna work my way over little by little until I get to that vertical bar. A lot of times people want to start off in the corner, and I understand why people want to start off in the corner, but my advice to you is start off in the middle, because you can see everything more symmetrically, so you can see exactly where your line needs to be, and then work your way to one side, and then when you attack the other side, you can just match them sides up. But now we're hitting that C-cup, and we want to make sure we leave a nice curve. So I'm setting in a line right here at the top of the C-cup, and then I'm gonna set a line right here at the bottom of the C-cup, and then I'm basically just gonna connect those two lines by curving my trimmer. I know that can be difficult for some people. Sometimes it's hard for you to curve the trimmer, but just take little strokes, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to take off too much hair at one time. You don't have to do it in one stroke. I know some people on Instagram and YouTube can just do the C-cup in one stroke, but I don't advise anyone to try that unless they're really fluent with what they're doing and they can control their clipper really good. If you're not, I would just suggest doing it the way I do it, just tapping little by little. And yeah, man, I think that'll give you a good C-cup. But now we're moving on to the beard. As you can see, we're basically keeping the shape that he already has. I'm just relining him up, lining it up in the back, lining it up on top. And like I said, guys, keeping that shape, giving it a nice curve, but we're not gonna over exaggerate that curve, and we're not gonna take off too much hair. We're trying to keep this as sharp as we can without pushing this beard down or bringing it any higher on his jawline. Now I'm gonna go ahead and line up the mustache. But yeah, man, that's basically what we did on this cut. I am going to go back in a little bit and do a little, just some small detail work. But nonetheless, guys, if you like any of these tools that you see, I am using nothing but Babyliss tools on this haircut. So you can go to the Babyliss Pro website, babylesspro.com. You can use my discount code TANK10, save yourself a little bit of money. These are the new limited edition Chameleon FX, Boost Chameleon FX, Boost FX Chameleon. I don't know what you want to call it, but they're limited edition. So in my opinion, these things, they work good. I like using them, so y'all can go check that out. And yeah, man, use my discount code TANK10, save yourself some money. But now I'm going back in and doing a little more detail work in the blend, just basically tying that blend into the top of the hair a little more, a little better, just so it looks more, like it flows a little better. But check it out, guys. This is how my boy came into the shop looking. This is the before look, and this is the after. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comment section. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. You know, your boy just doing some tapping posts here. But nonetheless, guys, I appreciate y'all for watching this video, guys. If you aren't subscribed, once again, guys, please make sure to subscribe. Also, if you want to book an appointment with your boy, you can go to my website, tankbychoppin.com. You can book there. If you like these tools, babylesspro.com. Use my discount code TANK10. And yeah, YouTube, I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, let's go. You.